Okay, everybody. So you may be going, hey, Adrian, where have you been? What's going on? Um, I know my channel is very small. So those of you who know me personally very well may know or may not know that on August the 1st, our dear sweet mother fell and broke her hip. So August the 2nd, she had what he called a macro hip replacement. Should have been a partial, but because of where she broke her hip, it was totally different. So anyways, she's been a couple weeks in rehab. She's been home now for probably about 4 weeks. I think. I don't know, the time's just starting to get to me. So we've had an influx of nurses and therapists and two different kinds of therapists and doctors' appointments and things like that. So I had to take a step back to be able to help my mother. So I just totally let everything drop the day that she fell. We lost my dad back in '96. So my mother's the only parent that I've had in almost 30 years. So that being said, yes, I stopped everything. I tried to, we just had to readjust our lives for a while. And then once she got home and everything settled, I had a very bad flare. So and then with the state of the world that we live in, all that stress didn't help either. So I just took a step back from my mentality and my family. Not to say anything was wrong. I just needed to redirect my focus for a while because at the point of all of this and the reason behind all of this is my family. So I did take some time for them, and I really appreciate you guys holding on for me for that. So now she's up and moving. She's still on her walker. The nurse only comes every other week. Occupational, I believe, might be here. Actually, occupational's done. She can do all of those things. So they've released her. Her physical therapist still comes in, and we have doctor's appointments. Then we had to pick up the doctor's appointments that we had to drop because she was in rehab. So all of that to be said, thank you for bearing with me and thank you for rejoining me. So what has happened since the last time I saw you guys? I am working. I have been accepted into the Sam's Creator program. It's a brand new program. I've been with Walmart for a while, been working on my dashboard, but I really haven't done a whole lot with it. So now I am. Hopefully by the end of next week, I will be able to have both of my storefronts up and running and start advertising those. My kitchen bar that I use that I bought come from Walmart, so that will be in my storefront. All of the ingredients that I use in my kitchen that I buy from Sam's and Walmart or Walmart will be in my storefront. There's also things going to be in my Walmart order that I want you guys to see. My husband, James, and I have been married for almost 13 years now. And as wives and as a man too, everybody has a certain brand that fits the best, has a certain cut that fits the best. For my husband, the Walmart George brand fits him better than anything I have ever put him in, including some of the higher dollar designers. The George brand fits him perfect around his waist, fits him perfect around for his length, and the fact that they make a slim fit that helps taper his legs, it just makes sense. So I'm going to put all of his things up in there that he loves too. All the things that we bought for the grandchildren, what we like to do as big kids. So all of that's going to be in there. Now my Sam's my Sam's cart's going to be where you see the things that are vital for me to be able to run my household. Not everything comes from there. You will see here in the next couple weeks. You and I are getting ready to go down. I've already reached out. As you know, or as you don't know, I have placed several orders with Azure Standard. A lot of people use them. I have found out the things that I really love for them, things that I can't buy anywhere else, or things that if I buy them, they're just not as good, even though they're organic. So we're going to be doing that too. What I'm going to do is I'm composing a list from my sister-in-law and myself of things that we need to order. I'm going to order for October. My husband and I've already budgeted out. We've already got it fixed. I had a birthday a couple weeks ago, so I'm now 51. My sweet, sweet 20-year-old, my son, has his mother's love of literature. So he got up that morning and I was ready by the time he asked me to be. And we went on a bookstore day. We went to several different bookstores. He bought me books. I've got new cookbooks, so I'll share those with you later. I've actually used one already and made a recipe that we fell in love with. So just trying to take some time to spend with my family. He started college. He took 2 years off to give his brain a break from college, worked retail for a couple of years, looked at me and said, Mom, retail is not for me. So he has started the local technical college working with computers and things, not the software side, but the hardware side. So his dad, my ex-husband, worked with the software. He's going to work with the hardware. So he's good. The children are growing. The grandchildren are growing. I will be honest with you, with the way things are, a lot of our interactions is through the phone and through video calling, just because of I'm very stable right now. But that's okay. We ebb and flow and we work with the way that it is. There was one more thing. So anyways, if I can get back to that, I'll remember. My brain doesn't want to remember a lot. Here lately I've been struggling with my memory. But that's common with my migraines. And I just come out of a really bad flare. So right now my brain's trying to catch up with me. So I've got so much I want to tell you and so much that I want to work with you. So today I'm going to be filming all day. This week you will be getting a lot. I'm going to give you a rundown of what we're going to be doing, and we'll cut this video off, and I'm going to show you the garden because we do still have some things that are blooming, not much. Show you what I've planted and show you what I'm going to plant today. And then we'll do that later. So our garden didn't do as well as I wanted it to, but it's okay. I've told y'all all along this was our learning year. I've learned a lot this year. So we got in a few tomatoes, and actually our first run were not any good. Two of them, no, not the tomatoes, the cucumbers. We didn't get any edible cucumbers. They waited so late. I only planted one. You need to plant more than one because you get your male, female. But of course, the more you plant, the more your reserve is. I learned that. I did get some cucumbers in, but as we tried to eat them, they just were not good because we did get a lot of rain at the end. Tomatoes. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, my little tomato plant that could, I finally pulled it up yesterday, or day before yesterday. It ended up producing several little smaller tomatoes, and I did find the thing, they were the early girls. So the fact that they even produced it all, that's the one we got from the food pantry, and I had to cut it way back because it was almost dead. Put that thing in, love, prayed over it, watered it, fed it, and it produced maybe 3 or 4 smaller tomatoes. I picked the last one off last week and actually let it turn. The rest of them I fried while they're green. I did let that one turn. It ended up being a little small one, like a little cherry tomato. My mom popped it in her mouth yesterday and said it was absolutely delicious. So we did get that. The one thing that did well was my okra, and my jalapenos have done very well. So I've been doing cheddar jalapeno bread. I put them in soups. I put them in sauces and things like that. I didn't get that many, probably 5 or 6, which is fantastic for one plant. Green beans, we got a handful, which is okay. Like I said, we're learning. The okra did great. I do have one tomato I'll show you in a bit. But we're going to do a garden tour, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. And I'm going to plant my garlic later. That will be a separate video. Trains coming through town. As I told you, we live downtown. We are in a very small town that is growing so fast that it now takes 25 minutes to get across town. But where we are, and I don't know if I've told y'all before, I think I have, we rent. We are in the city. So our landlord was here several months ago. She did a home inspection and loved what we've done with starting our homestead, and has given us permission to keep going. So we're going to take up some more of the yard. I will show you that later. I'll show you what we're going to do, and we're going to get some things done this afternoon. My husband's off. We've been very lucky because we were supposed to have impact from a hurricane. But the way it looks, we're just going to get the banding. So that's why I can be outside today with no sunglasses on. It is mostly cloudy. It's still pretty bright, but the clouds are covering up the sun. And the wind, we're going to get some wind bands. And we've been getting rain bands, which is great. So just a quick little catch up. Just a quick little video of what's been going on, where we are. So I am working on my storefronts. They will be published here soon. You and I are going to start. I did reach out to Azure Standard and get permission from them. You and I, here in the next couple of days or maybe early next week, I'm going to sit up, set everything up, and show you how to order. Show you how to pick your drop site. show you if you decide you want to drop site. Sometimes if you order things that are not fresh, you can actually get them delivered to your home for an additional charge. Show you all of that, because honestly, I think that's what I'm going to do next month. With my husband's new job, in my next video, I will touch on that. My husband got a new job several months ago. There was a food hall here in town that opened up, and we decided it was time for him to change jobs. So he did. And he went up there and interviewed, loved them, loved the people and the place and the aesthetics, and he's been there since they started. So he has helped with about 40 to 50 other people. They have opened this place, and it is doing absolutely phenomenal. So what we're trying to do is, I know with the service-based industry and the type of venue and event hall and food hall that they are, that it's a possibility, as a lot of businesses come after Christmas, things will slow down for just a little bit. So we're going to try to prepare for that. I'm on the lookout for a bright freezer, because I do have spot for one, because I'm also in a mode of let's cook up and get our convenience foods done ahead. You guys know I like to do a lot of that, but I'm finding more. So here in the next month, we're going to pre-make our own pizzas to put in the freezer, our own frozen pizzas. So it's just like you're going to the grocery store and buying one out of the freezer section. I will show you again how I do my biscuits, because we do those. Bacon, sausage, everything. I've gotten into this point. I want to pre-bake so much stuff. I want to get some of my cake layers pre-baked and in the freezer, so my cookie dough worked up. Also, we have a huge bag of garlic and a huge thing and a half of ginger inside. So this afternoon, my husband's going to work on and get my table set up, where all three of us are going to sit at the table, work all this up, and you're going to come along with us. So you're going to see a lot of us working, a lot of us trying to prepare. That's the time of the year that we're in. So that was a quick update as to where we are and where we're going. So bear with me. We do have a lot coming up, but I'm very excited. Very excited and very blessed to be where we are and what we're doing. So I'm going to work just a little bit out here, because I like to take my time in the mornings, to where normally I bring my coffee out, but I've already had all that because I've already pre-filmed some things. So what I'm going to do is get over here, because it is fall and the leaves are falling. I'm going to get the big leaves out of my beds. I'm going to go in, spend a little time with my husband, and then we're going to get started for the day. So you guys, bear with me this next week or so. You're going to have a lot coming at you, and hopefully he and I have had a discussion. He's going to help me with this. I'm getting to the part where trying to do all things is not easy for me. So trying to talk to you and film and do the work is just too much. So he's going to help me get everything set up. He's going to help me get my kitchen back in organization, because it's kind of a mess right now due to everything going on with Mom. And then we're going to get things organized so that you and I can get back on a path again. I hope to be able to increase and be able to actually post daily. Right now, we are not going to the pantries as much because Mom is down. That was always Mom's thing. She helped us with that. Well, on the backside of that, going to food pantries, it can only be the person that is on the list. She's the one on the list. So there's one that we can go to, and we put her in the car and take with us if we need to. It's a drive-through. We've only been once. We may go this week, but I'm not really sure, because with my husband's new job, he did see an increase in pay, and we are very fortunate for that. So honestly, right now, we've been okay. So there hasn't been that dire need for it. So we don't use it unless we need it. If you have the time and the extra resources, please donate to your local pantries. A lot of the state and government funding has been cut, and they are starting to see the hurt from that. Where we used to get the big logs of the beef and things like that, my sister-in-law had to go up, and she said she barely got a pack of chicken. So a lot of that is starting to change. So this is the time of the year where you're going to see your beans and things like that, and that's fantastic. I have started incorporating. We got all those beans. We've got all that quinoa. We've got all that rice. I've actually had to buy rice, which is fantastic. So we're going to go through a lot of those. I'm going to show you how to save money. I went to James, my husband, and I went to the local butcher a couple weeks ago, and he does boxes, a pound, a 2 pound, a 3 pound, and a 5 pound box. We bought a 1 pound. This week I'm going to go back and buy a pound because here in a couple of weeks I'll be able to do my big grocery shopping. And my husband's trying to budget, and we're trying to see which one we're going to get. When I get my freezer and get everything set up, I'm going to get the big 5 pound to get us stocked up. We don't eat a lot of beef, so that is plenty for us. I have been able to take a pound of meat and stretch it for the 3 of us to where we can even have lunch the next day, or where if my son's here, it will feed all of us and he'll have lunch the next day. So it really just depends on who's here and how I make it. But I've been able to stretch my meat and be able to make it work, and we're still getting our protein. I will show you how I'm doing that. All of that stuff will be in my on my storefronts. So I think that's about all for now. I think I've rambled long enough for you guys. But what I do want to say is thank you again. I know that this channel's kind of been all over the place, and honestly, that's the way my brain works. So that's why this channel's going to run. You're going to get a little bit of everything. But this week is a busy week. And hopefully we'll be able to get through it all. If not, things will get put off. And if they do, I will let you know. I will start keeping you up on what's going on in our happenings so that you don't think something's going on. I am on the other socials as well. Everything's under Adrian's Corner. If you can't find me, just let me know. But I am on the TT, I am on the book, and I am on the gram. So anything you would like, just let me know. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Please take care of yourselves. Find some time to take for yourself. I've got a dear friend who has taken care of everybody for so long that she's neglected herself. Please don't do that, y'all. Please take care of yourself. Take that step back, because you can't keep pouring from an empty cup. In order for you to do what you need to do and what you want to do and you feel you have to do, you have to take care of yourself at the root of it. It's okay if you take a step back. The world will be here when you're done. Rely on your family, rely on your spouse if you have one. And if you need anything, you've got somebody. You're never alone in this world, I promise you. Take care of yourself because you're the only you we have. Take care of your neighbors because they're suffering too. Let's bring back some compassion on everybody. Love your neighbor, because that is the one thing that we were commanded to do. Love your neighbor. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Have a fantastic afternoon.